You clicked on this video for one of three reasons. You want to get rich, you want to get rich fast, or you want to hear what kind of nonsense this YouTuber is going to shell out when he has a title like Fastest Way to Get Rich. Or there was a fourth reason. You knew that I was going to bring my little buddy on this YouTube video today. Everyone say hi to Basher, my production assistant for today. I promise you though, if you watch this video all the way through, you'll not only have a bunch of ways to make more money, but you're also going to learn how to keep all that money and become truly rich. While this will not be a video on budgeting or even saving money, you have to remember that to become rich, it's not about how much money you make, it's actually about how much money you keep. You can't increase your income by $50,000 and then go out and spend that $50,000 and think that you're anywhere closer to financial freedom. To get rich fast, we need to first deal with the elephant in the room. We can't talk about massive stock buying or buying a house or anything like that because right now, you don't have any money. We need to start with the low-hanging fruit, and so for these first two, these will be very short-term, something that you can do right now and within the next 6 months. First is the current job that you're at. You need to get in the mindset that you need to increase your salary at whatever cost possible. And there's 3 ways that you can do that, and you can get started on that right now. The first thing you can do is you can increase your skills and update that resume. You can be going to seminars and conferences where you learn things, you can even get certificates there. You can also get free certificates on Google and Facebook and LinkedIn. The next thing that you can be doing at your current job is that you need to be asking for a raise and go big here. You can't just be okay with that 2% raise that they're giving every year. Especially if you've started doing what I just talked about and you increased your skills, you're worth more money. And the company knows it's way more expensive for them to go get a new person than for you to just get a larger than normal raise. They just don't want you to know that. The third thing you could be doing now or in the next 6 months is to just go get a new job. If your company's not gonna pay you what you're worth, you need to go look elsewhere. A study found that one who changes jobs gets an average raise of about 10%. Again, like I said, it's much more expensive for a company to hire somebody new than it is to just keep an employee. So with that information, go get that raise. The next thing that you can be doing and growing in the next 6 months is a side hustle. Now I do get the question all the time, what type of side hustle should I do? Find me a cool side hustle, something that's super easy and passive income. I promise you a side hustle is only going to be successful if you can consistently do it. If it's too complex for you, you'll quit. If you don't understand and subscribe to the fact that maybe this side hustle might take months, if not years to build with zero income, you'll quit. If you don't make enough money, you'll quit. My best side hustle for you is one that you can actually do and that it's worth your time. My favorite place to start is to look at skills that you have that other people don't have. People pay for convenience. And since you already have all the information and the know-how, they'll pay you to just get it done. If you understand basic construction or plumbing, offer that as a service to people you know and tell them to tell others. If you play a sport at a high level, there are parents who will pay you to teach their kids how to put a curve on the soccer ball shot. If you just have grit and a can-do attitude, go wash people's windows or cars or business windows. Low startup cost, high margins, you just need to be able to put in a little bit of sweat equity. Rarely do things like drop shipping or social media pan out because those are very competitive and it's just too saturated right now. If it seems too good to be true and too easy, probably doesn't work out. So after doing those first two and you start making a little extra money and actually have some disposable income, now you have some options. These next ones are a little bit longer term scale, but they're things that you should definitely understand and get started on as soon as you can. The first one is to build an actual business and scale. Now this is different than the mindset of a side hustle. With a side hustle, you're still kind of trading your hours and your time for money. Pretty much if you stop doing it, you're going to stop making money. Whereas what I want you to start thinking about is how can you build something where maybe at first it takes a lot of your time, but then later on you can back off a little bit and have it self-sustaining and bringing you in an income. Then you can be at 2 places at one time and making 2 different types of income streams. The place to start on this is kind of in the same place as for the side hustle, and it's just What is it that you're extremely good at that other people probably aren't very good at? For me, I had always gravitated towards health and fitness because that was something that I definitely understood, and it was something that I was kind of an expert in because I spent all of my time researching different diets and how the body works, and then also experimenting with different types of workouts on myself and on my friends. And pretty soon I knew that I had an answer that a lot of people had questions about, and so with that I could give them a solution to their problem. Figure out what you can solve and then package that up and monetize. The next one that's going to take a little bit of time to build up but will be definitely worth it is to start investing in ETFs and stocks. Obviously, if you follow this channel, you know that I'm huge on ETFs, but building up an investment portfolio is probably the best thing that you could do for yourself. A lot of people think that you just need to make more money and then save that money, and that's how you're gonna get rich. But you just don't get rich by saving money alone. If you saved $500 per month for the next 30 years, you'd have $180,000. If you invested that $500 each month for 30 years and got an average yearly appreciation of 10%, you'd have almost $1 million. Investing can be complicated, but that's why I made this channel and titled it Investing Simplified. I believe that everyone should have a core portfolio of 3 ETFs, and you could literally have just those 3 and be totally fine forever. I go over exactly which ones in this video here, and I'll also link to it down below so you can watch it afterwards. The next thing to start working on, or at least thinking about, is rental income. I didn't realize just how powerful rental income actually is and just having a rental property actually is on your net worth until I got my first one. It took me a while to save up and to figure out how we could make that into a rental property, but within 1 year, I then was able to leverage that and have 2 rental properties. And not only do I make free cash flow every single month from my rental properties, but also my equity within the property goes up because the tenants are paying my mortgage, and also both houses have appreciated, so I get that equity as well, along with all the tax savings that you get with being a property owner. This is just a no-brainer, and it's one that builds that net worth like crazy. The first property is going to be tough to get, and it's going to cost a lot of money, so this is something that you definitely want to make sure and have everything in place, have your budget, make sure you understand how to save, have an emergency fund, all of these things. But I would highly, highly recommend that you start to research now and figure out how you might be able to do it in the next 5 years. I highly encourage doing that. But everything we've talked about up until now has all been centered around money. The problem is that even now, even today, there are people that are making 6-figure salaries and they don't feel rich and they're in crazy amount of debt. The fastest way for you to get rich is to not only increase your income, but take a deep dive and understand yourself and ultimately what you want in this life. What is rich to you? When you start to put your life and goals into priorities and perspective, it becomes much, much easier and much less stressful to achieve this quickly. To help you understand exactly what order you should be doing all this finance stuff, I put together this video to help you out. If you can get through the first 3 steps, you're gonna be a totally new person with a new mindset, and your life will be forever changed. Watch this video now and let's get you to your goal.